Good evening, everyone. This is video number 5 in my divorce journey series, because I don't know what else to call it. And tonight's video is about Sadie. And I actually tried to get Sadie in the beginning shot, but she's not cooperating, and she's tired, and so she's underneath the blanket going to sleep, which is fine. So tonight's video is about her, but also I have labeled tonight's video as distractions. That David used Sadie to be a distraction for his cheating, his porn addiction, his talking to trashy girls behind my back, anything related. I firmly believe now that he used Sadie as a good distraction. And I was talking to my mom about this earlier tonight, and she was just saying how, I'm getting the pieces of the puzzle fitted together, and I was like, no, I have the pieces of the puzzle. Like, I have it. It's connected. I'm just filling in the gaps now, because every few days I swear I have an epiphany, and I think about something that happened during our marriage, and I'm like, oh my heck, he used this for that, or he used that for that, or stuff like that. So I believe Sadie was also a distraction for me, or at least he thought Sadie would be the distraction, which she was not. But last year, end of spring, kind of beginning of summer, David was like, oh, we should get a puppy who can be your companion / your buddy for when I'm at work, or he was too busy, or he was doing whatever. And I was like, oh, great idea. So I went all through KSL and Facebook Marketplace looking for a small dog. So I didn't want a medium, I didn't want a big one, I just wanted something small. And stumbled upon Sadie, and we got her last year on June 29th in Burley, Idaho. And she was 7, almost 8 weeks old. So literally had her since she was a puppy. And that's why she's my baby. I've had her that long, since basically right after she was born. So we got her for that. And I was so excited. And she is the sweetest little thing. She gives the best little kisses. She loves to cuddle when she's tired, right now. She crawls under the blanket, puts herself in between my legs, rolls herself into a ball. It's super cute. So she is the sweetest little thing. But I think David, he had an ulterior motive, when we got her. So I even have a little outline. So the first thing on my list is did we get Sadie so David wouldn't have to spend time with me? I believe that is a yes. He would help with her, but then, he would want me to do everything for her. Again, it was a distraction to get me out of the house, to take her on walks, to, go play with her, make sure everything was done for her. I've always cut her hair, given her baths, all of that. Anything to get me away from him. I think she was the distraction, so he wouldn't have to spend time with me. And let's see, the next one I have is, did we get Sadie to help cover his cheating? And yes, 100%. Because when I was gone, I know he was talking to trashy women behind my back. As soon as I would get home from taking her on a walk, or taking her outside so she could use the bathroom, or if I was coming out of the bedroom after playing with her on the bed or something, and I would sit down by him on the couch, he would scroll his screen up really fast to close out what he was doing, and then hit the side button on his iPhone to make the screen just go black. I know that he was using her as a distraction for me to try to cover up his cheating and watching porn, doing different things like that. Also, last August, and I mean, and he's been into porn and stuff for a long time, cheating. But again, with Sadie being my distraction, I found that he had been talking to some lady individual, I have other names I'd like to use for, in California, and he was like, oh yeah, like, I want to come out to California and I have to bring my wife, but, you know, I'll slip away to have sex with you, but I have to be really discreet about it because I'm a married man. Like, I found it on his iPad, like, in his Facebook Messenger. I found it. So I think he definitely used her as a distraction so he could be able to do what he wanted to do, not have to spend time with me, any of that. The next thing I have is, did David think Sadie would make me forget about his cheating? Like, part of me thinks that he thought it would, because I would be so hyper focused on her, because, you know, she was a brand new puppy and having to potty train her, and like, I was in those first 6 months, I was probably taking her outside like every 2 hours, because like, potty training a puppy sucks. Like, it just sucks, but she's worth it. But I was literally taking her out literally every 2 hours just to make sure, like, she didn't have an accident. I mean, she definitely had accidents. Like, I mean, that's normal for a puppy. Like, you're just gonna have them. But, you know, I was trying to limit them as much as I possibly could. And so, you know, me being out of the house every so many hours, like, he was using that to his advantage. Did it make me forget that he was cheating? No. No way in heck did that ever make me forget. Like, that was always on the forefront of my mind. So I don't know why he would think that. I mean, like I said, this is just my epiphany. I'm not saying that David had these thoughts, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like, and when it comes to things, I'm usually right, especially about him, all the time. So I can almost guarantee I'm right. 100%. Like, Sadie's the distraction. But, you know, he used other things. So back in, I know this was all about Sadie video, which it is, but like, back in October of last year, he quit his really good paying job at JBS in Hiram. He was making like $25 an hour or something close to that. And he was, you know, supposedly he thought he was going to make bank doing something else, which he obviously didn't. But he was back at home, and he used me. I worked from home at that time, so he used me and my working as a distraction. I think it was a distraction, honestly. But he used it, again, to his advantage, to talk to trashy sluts online, to do virtual sex, to watch porn, all of his cheating tactics. Like, he used that distraction to his full advantage. Especially where, like, I'm busy 9 hours of the day, minus my 30-minute break that I took in the middle of the day, and I'd be out in the living room. So, like, and he still didn't pay, like, big attention to me, because he was, like, playing a video game or watching some stupid show or watching some movie or whatever. But and he used anything that he could as a distraction to get around me, to do everything that he did. And like I said, I think Sadie was a huge distraction, and he took advantage of her. And I was like I said earlier tonight, I was talking to my mom, and I said, it's sad that she is this cute little innocent bystander of his problems and of us getting divorced. She's just this innocent little thing, and yeah, she is a puppy, and she, it took her a little time to adjust moving and living in a new area, a new space, but she was just this poor little bystander. She didn't do anything. Like, she was just part of his mind game. And I guess I should have put that in the mind game video, is that Sadie was part of his mind games. And I just find it so sad because she has a heart of gold. And I mean, yes, she's a puppy, so she's crazy like a puppy, but I love her so very much. And it hurts me that he made her part of his mind game and part of his distraction game. And I just, again, it hit me today, and I can't believe that he used her. He used her so badly. And she had nothing to do with it. But she became part of the game for him. And it hurts my heart so much. So much that he used her. Like, I sent him, like, right after we split and right after I moved, I sent David a picture of Sadie because she fell asleep one night and she was holding her monkey, and she fell asleep holding her monkey, and I don't know if I put it on Facebook or not. Maybe I'll share it again I'll have to look. But I sent that to him. I was like, hey, look how cute this is, because me naively thinking he really truly loved her and wanted to be a part of her life. All he texted me, he goes, okay. And I was like, hey, I kind of thought you'd appreciate it and you'd like to see her. And he was like, well, she's your dog. Like, he doesn't care. And that just proves to me even more, he never truly loved her. She was just part of the game for him, and he used this poor little innocent animal. And I know he physically didn't hurt her, but still, gosh, it makes me more mad just thinking about it. So poor little Sadie got wrapped into the mind game problem of him cheating and being a porn addict and sex addict and everything else you can call him. But yeah, he used her as a distraction, and that just makes me angry. And I feel bad. I feel so bad for her. Like I said, she's just cutest, sweetest little thing. I mean, she's wrapped herself around my sister's finger, and my brother-in-law, he let Sadie, sorry, she's moving. Quit moving, Sadie. He let Sadie lay on him on just this last Saturday, which I was shocked. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, and he told me, he's like, I'm not a dog person, or, and then Sadie and he admitted, so Lance, if you watch this, don't deny it. He admitted that, yes, she wiggled her way a little bit into his heart. So, my poor little puppy got used in the name of David's cheating, and makes me so angry. Poor baby. I feel so bad for her. Anyways, but thankfully she's away from him, and she doesn't have to see him. She doesn't have to be a part of his game anymore. She will never be a part of his game ever again, and I'm pretty sure she's forgotten about him, which is great because she doesn't need him. We have each other, and that's what matters. And she has Kaylin and Lance, who are so kind and so willing to love on her when I'm not around, and I'm very thankful for that. And she has Kaylin's dog Willow, who is her buddy, and they egg each other on at the time. It's really funny. So I'm glad she has a friend here too. But people who are willing and who love her, and like I said, Lance let her in, and it's so sweet. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay cool, stay inside, stay hydrated. This heat is disgusting. So I hope you guys all survive today's heat wave and the rest of the week's heat wave that is supposed to hit us all here in Utah and Idaho and everywhere else in the West, because we're all baking. But I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for listening again.